by figuring out how to track down exactly what's wrong. So we have order memos, we have inventory, we have February's numbers, and I brought up what last month's were, and your last month's numbers were correct. So now that leads us to know that it must be your current month's numbers that are off. So let's actually go to your accounts payable real quick, because your accounts payable has a lot less amounts, and we can search there, and we should be able to find it. So we have your order memos, and the order memos are what we're creating bills off of. We have the 3250. So correct me if I'm wrong, that this order memo, we have a 3250, and then we have a payment memo from Weather Sports. Where's Weather Sports? Pay to Williams High, Wasatch. There you go. Where are your February 3rd? I'm not seeing this February 3rd's payment order memo. Or 2780 up till. So there's a difference between an order memo and a cash sales memo when you do just a cash receipt. So let me see here. The payment memo for the Weather Sports is 3434. I'm guessing that's paying off a January order memo. But why are we not putting these in? That's my question. Am I thinking of this wrong? The only order memo you have is this one from February 27th for order memo. Are you putting it in as let's go to inventory for February. So the inventory assets, we have your Johnson Outlanders. There's the first order memo. Weather Sports, February 3rd. There's that one. Right? Vendor Weather Sports, we're purchasing this from Weather Sports. Heptel. Payment memo, and then we pay Heptel. We order, we pay Heptel, we pay Heptel. So the question is, where are these? Initial. What am I missing here? X-Tex, Rain, for Johnson. This is Weather Sports. We have this Weather Sports for 22. So it's here, it's just have a different date. So I guess there's that one. Order memo for Heptel. Again, it's here, just has a different date. Okay, so we have that one. Payment memo, purchase order. Payment memo, purchase order, order memo for Heptel for 360 220. Okay, we have that one, so we got that one. memo. Let's just worry about the order memos right now. Justice distributor. So we have Wasatch Gator, we have Wasatch Hiking Pole. Justice distributors. These are great prices for 1400, 1500, 1600s. So where is this justice distributor? So that's one thing. Let's keep looking. I don't see the justice distributor. Weather sports for more than, yeah, there's weather sports. So here the weather sports, that's fine. What about this cash sales? Oh, that's cash sales, so that's just taking it out. So justice distributor, but that's not your difference exactly. So let's come in here. Expenses, vendor, justice distributors, vendor. We have a purchase order for $26.90, but we don't have a order memo. So let's switch here to justice distributors for $26.90. So we want to copy to bill. That makes a bill, and that's on the 13th. So you want to watch for these dates. Pretty important, obviously. We have the 750, 800, 1140. Okay. So we want to save that. Wasatch, just double check. Hiking pole, hydrator, day pack. 2690 save. Okay. So you put in the purchase order, but you didn't create the bill for that. So that's one thing. I think that still sits on our balance sheet as a payment, but now we're too high. So now we're missing some kind of payment memo. Accounts payable. So let's get out of here. See the thumbnails. So we have our balance sheet. We have our liabilities, accounts payable, $13.90. So now it gives us truly what we're off. So let's calculate this amount that we're off. 14,577 minus 1390 equals 1487. So at this point, 1487. Why is there a 1487? Is that just a coincidence? Are you not taking the credit memos on these? So Frank owns commercial vehicles. So that's one thing. Weather sports. Let's see payment memos. 1700 check. 1750 check. 4500 Seagull Lily. No, that's not a Heptel on 78. Yeah. And memo. Conway Supply. 1241. Where's this one? Conway Supply. Please pay the AP. It was the 27th of January. So we have expenses, vendor, Conway Supply. Where's the Conway Supply? Here we go. Conway Supply. So we have a purchase order, we have a check, we have a bill. So I think what we're seeing is an issue with your bills and your, I guess, carried over from January. So why, let's see, are you making journal entries to do some of this stuff? So you're gonna have some issues. Okay, that was your first, that's fine. Ah, yeah. So I have a Medicare. This is our payroll. So that's good. That's what we want to do. And then this one, accounts payable and inventory. So you made a accounts payable and inventory journal last month too, which inevitably is going to mess you up for 1487. So last month you were off by 1487, which is going to be, let's look at January's. And again, not just for you, but for everyone, if you're making journal entries for inventory, accounts payable, that inventory has a subledger, and the subledger is going to mess everything up because it's going to mess up your COGS. It's going to mess up the FIFO and LIFO. I mean, here it's automatically doing a FIFO, but it's going to mess it up because you're not going to have inventory on the books to then subtract out or reduce. So that FIFO gets messed up. So you said it was a web and sports journal entry for 1487. But I think there's a Conway Supply for 1248. I don't think you have that in there at all because you're doing the purchase orders that need to then become a bill and then you pay that bill. So instead of doing a check, we're going to delete that because look at this purchase order. We have these inventory counts that never got put in as a bill and then it get paid by a check. But that should have skewed your, these, well, these are just sales, so this isn't going to manage your actual inventory on hand. That's just going to manage your sales, so COGS and everything. So and this will show up later in the months as well as you play with stuff, as you continue on, that you're not going to have inventory on hand to expense it. And then when you do expense it, it's going to give you the wrong COGS. So what you need to do is go back to January, change this. So I'm going to, this purchase order, you should be able to copy, make recurring, cancel, comma supply, vendor details, and check. Wait. I guess by doing the check that created the bill. Okay, so you did that right. You just didn't create the bill and then pay off the bill. So you just paid off the check. Why isn't that in inventory in the first place? So let's go back. Maybe I was just reviewing things. But let's go back to inventory and see if Conway Supply is here anywhere. Journal entry. Again, that journal entry 1487 is going to mess you up. But we need to find out why. I don't see the Conway Supply though. Accounts payable, Weather Sports, Hotel. So you know what I'm gonna do? Let's see this bill. Unpaid, Justice Distributor, Hep Telco. Where's Conway Supply? That thing. This Commerce Supply is an issue. Commerce Supply, that doesn't have anything to do with inventory. That's there, you have that as a bill. 243, Hep Telco, right here. I'm guessing this had a discount, some kind of discount applied to it. Vendor credit $1.80. Please pay AP of January 29th or 25th. So again, Hep Telco. So that's 243 plus the 1241, right? So 1241 plus 243, 54 equals 1484.54. And I don't see those in here as bills. You're putting them in as journal entries. Weather sports again. It's February's. So let's go to January. And again, this isn't, I know other people are going to have the same issue because it comes up every month, and I've tried to reiterate the importance of doing it with bills and also not just doing a journal entry. Because these specifically cause subledger issues because they hit the subledger. So I'm guessing this is that with the discount. Oh no, there isn't a discount. So billable amount. So the the 3,600, and then with the discount. So 3,600 purchase order bill. And again, I think I alluded it to in my video that I recorded that purchase order. I wouldn't do a purchase order. I'd just go straight to bill because we're forgetting to move it to a bill to pay a bill because it needs to be instantly from purchase order to bill. And then we have that discount. So we have the 3,600, and then for that 35.28 is bill payment of 2.3. What is that paying off? Is it multiple? What is this paying off? This bill of 3,600. Okay. So we keep going. Paid 100. That's not inventory. That's not inventory. That's not inventory. That's not inventory. That's inventory. Also, remember returns of the 14th. So that's probably just 25, which is Hep Telco. Yeah, exactly. That's not inventory. That's not inventory. games hiking camp, so that is inventory. Or no, paying for items on the 24th. Or that's them paying us. That's them paying us. So what you need to do is go back to January, make sure all your purchase orders. So all these vendors, you go in. Luckily, you don't have a ton, but here, all these purchase orders are actual bills, and the bill then creates inventory transactions. So purchase order bill, vendor credit bill, bill payment, journal entry. This journal entry is something that is going to be an issue. Accounts payable, the inventory asset. It just says inventory asset, and you're just touching the general ledger and not affecting the actual inventory numbers by this. So go back, audit weather sports transactions for January 1st to correct this 1487. And once you do that, you should get to where we're wanting to be, because that inventory asset is, and then because it'll push us up 1487, but then again review your February's information and make sure for weather sports specifically, because I think that's where we're off, is only in weather sports, and it might be that Conway supply too, because I think the Conway supply, I never saw that transaction. So the inventory asset currently is, what it needs to be is 15,115 minus, or 16,767 minus 1115. So that starts at 1652. 1676 minus 15,115. 1652, we're off on the inventory. And accounts payable, we're off. So the difference between what we had previously and now is also the net income is slightly off. I'm guessing that's because it's this journal entry. So we had the payroll journal entry. This one is just inventory accounts payable, which we need to correct. That's journal entry. That's beginning balance. Okay. So we're still at a point where we could fix things, but we just need to find out truly what this 1487 is. We don't want to do a journal entry for it. We need to actual book the transaction. And then also this Conway supply that we dealt with. Vendors, where's Conway supply? This purchase order and check, it's not affecting. Let's see here. Accounts payable. The accounts payable should be in here for Conway supply as well. There might be something else, but because it's messed up from other ones, it's hard to narrow down exactly what we're missing, what we do have. So let's go Weather Sports Co. So let's go to January for Weather Sports Co. So that's the first. So we have 3,600, that's on there. 34.35. That's on there. And we paid the 35.28. That's on there. And we paid the 7.50. That's on there. Perfect. So we have all weather, sports co, weather sports co, weather sports co. What about the setup? Did we have anything for the weather sports co and intro and setup? What check did we have in the setup? Johnson Outlanders. So January. Okay. And weather 3600, 34.35. Then we pay the 35.28 with the discount. $7.50. I don't think the 1487 is weather sports board related. I think it's Conway supply related, and maybe something else because we don't have this 1241 in here at all. What other things should we have on our order memos? Order memo 3600 check. Order memo 4000. Oh, that's a purchase order, not order memo 34 check. Order memo 2536 check. Order memo 180 check. Order memo 750 check. Order memo 246 not check. 246 for Heptel. 246 plus the 1241 was 1487. So you're missing this Heptel one and the Conway. So Conway 1241 plus the Heptel for 246. So you're missing this one in January 25th, 246, and the Conway supply for 1241. That gives you the 1487. So let's correct that, fix January, come back, start looking at February's, review February's, do exactly the same thing. Make sure all your order memos, all your payments are in the APs, and that will also correct the inventory as you go through it. Because I see that you cut the check, and I don't even know where that check went. So when we review the sales, no, not sales, expenses, and vendors, and go to Conway supply, and we go to this check. This check went to bank and all these. So I might have corrected it. What about Heptel? 246. So your inventory might be correct on that 241, but it never touched AP or the 12. And here's the purchase order for 246, and then the check. So I think that's where we're getting kind of thrown off, that your AP is being thrown off because you're creating purchase orders, but we're not creating bills for them. The purchase orders don't do anything. Forget about purchase orders. It says purchase orders. Don't worry about purchase orders. That's more for operations side and how to manage and order something and then flow through the process of actually acquiring something. But actually purchasing something, all you need as an accountant need to worry about is the bill. That purchase order turns into a bill instantly for you. So either if you want to do a purchase order, that's fine, but you have to instantly move it into a bill. It sits on your AP for the whole time, and then it transitions to the actual inventory when you pay that. Um, well, not when you actually pay it, but when you have the AP, it will create the inventory. So let's fix January's numbers. So fix this, move this. What you need to do is, well, that's the 246. There's still, I thought it was 241 I was looking for. Heptel. Oh, 246. Okay, yeah. So you're putting them in, but it's not creating the bill and now you've already paid this with a check instead of, do you have any others like that? Open purchase orders. This is the same thing too. And I don't think it's an issue because these are in the same months. It's the ones where you created a purchase order and then it crosses over a month and then you create a check. So that's why you did the journal entry. But then you have to reverse out that journal entry because the journal entry is still artificially raising your activity. So I'm going to actually delete this journal entry because that journal entry corrected it for January, but then messed you up for February. And if you're going to correct both January and February, we need to delete this because you cannot make a journal entry into the inventory assets. So I'm going to delete this. And that will fix some of the balance sheet to put you closer to where you need to be. Let's see, and that's January. But let's start with that, okay? So let's corrected that. You need to, instead of delete the checks that are paying these off, do the bills first and then issue the checks how you need to. And that puts us within striking distance, almost right on. So 15 to 80 minus 15.15 equals 165. So we're still something off, and I'm guessing it's that same issue where you have something that's a purchase order, you didn't create a bill for, and then that bill is sitting outstanding. But let's start there. Fix January, review the Heptel, Comway, delete the checks from the purchase order, create the bill. That should true up your January numbers. And in February, look at the same thing. Are there any outstanding purchase orders that you haven't created a bill for that you're going to pay off, or that you're going to pay off in March? And that's what you need to worry about, because that's what I've seen as an issue. But again, I don't think if you're creating a purchase order, instantly create a bill. And I think that's what I talked about in my video about how to do stuff, that the purchase order is merely operational. It's nothing that we use as accountants, and that will be on the test as well. How do you manage a purchase order? Basically use that to create a bill, but that's an instant transaction for us. Okay, well, I hope this helps. Let me know if you can get through it all and you can fix it, and if not, I can jump on and we can walk through together of how to delete stuff and how to manage it. But again, we'll have to go all the way back to January, fix January's, and then manage February's. And again, if you don't get it corrected, it's just going to compound into future months as well. And for everyone else that's watching this, please do not touch inventory assets with a journal entry, because that inventory asset will artificially rise your balance, and it won't come off ever. And we need that inventory to come off with sales and credit memos and changes and things like that. So, all right, we'll stop there. Thanks.